Good afternoon, everybody. As you can see, I am sporting a new look here. I have a sling on my arm, and we had some troubles yesterday. I had some troubles yesterday in the woods, and I want to just tell you a little bit about what happened. So I got there in the morning, and my skid steer would not start again. I've been fighting that for a little while now. I thought I had it fixed, and it still won't start. I worked on that for a while, and I think I know what the issue is, but we haven't got it going yet. And so I decided, well, I've got time. I might as well get a little skidding done, but since I can't skid it onto my landing because I don't have any way to stack it, I was just going to skid it out to the road and leave it. So I cut 2 or 3 trees, and I started skidding the last tree that I cut, and the first tree that I cut, or the second tree, I'm not sure which it was. I remember that I had hit a small balsam tree in the process of putting that tree down. And the balsam tree, which is probably about 8 inches in diameter, partially uprooted. And I can remember thinking about the fact that, I really should get that cut out of there before I skid these logs out of here, or these trees. So I went on to skid out the third tree that I cut without a problem. I skidded it out the road. And because of my situation, I don't want to cut the trees. I want to pull full trees out, because all I'm trying to do is get them out to where close to the road, and in the air, so I can get them out when I get the skid steer fixed. So, anyways, I went back after I got the third tree and went back to get the I think it was the second tree I cut out, and that was the 2 of those were together. And when I pulled that out by the top end, the full length, I was going out and I'd skidded quite a ways, and all of a sudden, slam. The tree had hit that balsam that I didn't get cut down, big mistake of mine, that I didn't get cut down, and it pulled that balsam right on top of my shoulder. And apparently I was bent over a little bit in the driving process, and it didn't hit the very top of my shoulder, but it hit back here on the, Brenda's a nurse, so I'm going to have to ask her the name of this big old bone. It's
Scapula.
Scapula. It's the actual big shoulder blade. And so I got off the cart, and it hurt bad. I knew I was in trouble, and so I said, I've got to get home. So I unhitched the horses from the log and drove the horses in the cart up to where I park it, and I started unhitching the cart. I got the horses unhitched the cart with some difficulty, and at one point I kind of twisted my shoulder a little bit, and I kind of could hear some grinding in there a little bit. So I said to myself, I'm really going to have to get this x-rayed. So I started the process of getting them unhitched at the trailer, and realized, boy, I'm really going to have troubles here. I don't know how I'm ever going to get blankets on them. And so I had some Advil. I took some Advil, and then just miraculously, a couple skiers were coming by, and I said, hi, you guys, can you give me a hand? And so they were fortunately very willing to help me, and we got the bridles off the horses, the halters back on, the blankets on them, and I loaded in the truck and I headed home. Got home, Brenda unharnessed them, and
I got a text from him. It was 12 noon, and he said, I'm home, I need help. And I knew right away something was wrong. So I ran right out there, not knowing what I knew he drove home, but I thought he might be dead on arrival for all I know.
She was pretty frantic when she got to the truck.
Not really. I was that frantic.
Anyways, we headed to the hospital to get some x-rays. And sure enough, the big scapula bone was fractured on the top part of that. And so now we're waiting on going to a regular doctor to see if...
Orthopedic doctor.
To see if we need surgery, although they doubted very much at the emergency room that we would have to have surgery. But the downtime is going to be not good. I'm not sure how many weeks and how much physical therapy I'm going to have to help get this situation taken care of. But it doesn't look like there's going to be much logging going on this winter. So, which is a real shame, because the college had 22 students they were hoping to send out to me on different days to learn a little bit about cutting trees and even logging with horses. So that's just not going to happen. I've been asked quite a few times, what aren't you worried about logging alone? And my answer would have to be no. I like to tell people I never log alone. I always have my Father with me, which is my heavenly Father, of course. And even during this process, I'm communicating with him and saying, I don't know how I'm gonna get those horses unhitched and blankets on, and then two people just pull right up just like that, and willing to help. So I really felt that was God's helping me in this time of need. Anyways, logging can be dangerous. I am generally very safe and very particular on how I go about doing things, and this was just a big mistake. I've seen other people that do horse logging videos on YouTube, and I cringe sometimes by watching them, the way they do things, because it's amazing over time of doing this. You have these situations, and whenever you have these situations, you generally just never forget them for the rest of your life. And so you're seeing things that might be seeing something that someone else is doing, and that same situation never happened to them. So they're not concerned. But since it might have happened to me, it is a concern. And I don't know if I should comment on these videos and tell them that they're doing something wrong or what, but I'm sure that even people would say, if I happen to have this on video, they would say, oh my goodness, I saw that coming. I would have never forgot to cut that tree down before I came out of there. And maybe you wouldn't have, I don't know, but I'm generally pretty good about that, but I definitely did not do it. And it's gonna hurt me in the long run. So I am sure there's a lot of people who are even on my channel are saying, boy, I wish I could come and help him right now. And I so much appreciate that, but I have so many people right here in this area that have been offering to help. So I am in pretty good shape as far as that goes. Brenda is doing a tremendous job of doing chores. I am going out with her and helping some. My left hand is still good, but she is definitely doing the bulk of it. Now, as far as videos from here on in, I don't know what we'll do, but we have a few ideas as to what we might even share with you, even though I can't be working the horses for a few weeks. And if you guys have questions, this right now would be a great time for me to be answering some of those questions if I could. So by all means, either email us or put them on the comments, and I'll try to possibly even be able to do that. We also had some ideas of maybe even taking some field trips and going to some other places that use horses for any reason, and maybe do some videos on that.
Yeah.
So I want to go now, though, and head back up to Paul Smith's College, because I know my axe and wedge is left there, and since I'm going to be gone a while, I need to pick up that and make sure I didn't leave anything else there. And I'll even show you the tree that got me. So we'll do that, and we'll see you in a little bit.
I'd like to add something as a logger's wife. Can I do that?
I don't know what you're going to say.
It's kind of rough being a logger's wife. This isn't the first time he's, had an injury. Although, I do feel that he's a very, very safe logger, and he does a great job. But he loves horses so much, and he loves what he's doing so much that I can't beg him to stop logging, and it's just one of the things I have to live with, knowing that, we never know what's going to happen in the future, but I'm glad I have God to walk with me every day, and I don't spend a lot of time worrying about it, but it is hard, but it's what he's meant to do, so that's what I have to accept, and I'm glad to do it.
So we'll just keep on struggling on. And I'm so glad Brenda is more than willing to help me in the barn right now, because without her, it would be really tough. But she's a trooper. She's great at helping me out, whatever I need done. And since she's a nurse, of course, she helps me with my all the other things I'm dealing with my shoulders. So that's great.
I'd like to say he's a very, very good patient. He doesn't whine, and he does everything for himself that he can. So we better close this up, right?
See you in a few minutes, or something like that. Look at all the deer.
Oh yeah. Right in the tops.
So guys, we're at Paul Smith's. Let's check out the troubles that I had with this tree, and I gotta get Max a wedge. And it's interesting because I didn't really take a lot of time yesterday to inspect things over. I just got out of here, and I'm kind of curious what things are gonna look like myself. And I thought maybe you'd be interested in seeing what it was. And also, it's too bad I didn't have the camera going yesterday to even see it being shown in the process. We've been seeing a lot of deer up here too. There's a couple that just left from here. But anyways, let's go look this over. I must say I'm a little bit sad that I'm going to be having to have this recuperating period time because I'm missing some really good logging. In my opinion, the winter time like right now is the very best time to be logging. I know a lot of people in different climates don't get to log or don't even want to log in this type of terrain, this type of with snow cover. But to me, it's just a wonderful time to be logging. So I'm really going to miss it, I am sure. But let me show you what it was that's stopping me from missing it. So here's the culprit right here. So the cart was parked right here, and this is what hit me in the shoulder, right here. And the reason it had so much force was the fact I was skidding this long tree that was way up there beyond that other tree. The butt is up there quite a ways further, and as it came around that corner, it hit this tree that was uprooted, partially uprooted, and just slammed it right down on me. So, that's what it was, guys. It really doesn't look like that much, but it sure did some damage. So, anyways.
I'd like to say that I think it's good you were so close to the truck and everything.
Yeah.
You weren't like way up in the woods somewhere.
Right. Yeah,
that's excellent.
Good. So, that's it, guys. Short video. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And we hope to still put out some videos on some things. So, we're not giving up, that's for sure. See you next time.
Wow, that's a beautiful tree.